I think one of the biggest things that you can't deny about One Piece in general is that it's so much different than a lot of shonen. And the fact that it brings up topics which not a lot of countries, I mean, not a lot of series would even try to attempt to bring up, especially in Japan where topics like I'm going to present in this video aren't really prevalent. Over here in the US where I live, Canada, etc., where it's much more diverse, these topics are prevalent, so it's not a bad thing. It's not weird for shows to bring it up. But Oda's genius mind, the way he brings up these topics really brings into question what I think the One Piece could really be. Now, the One Piece world is divided by a barrier called the Red Line. In the Red Line is where the Mary Joels is stated to be at. We have the North, we have the East, the West, and South Blue, which are all connected by the Grand Line, and then we have the New World as well. Now, One Piece has history of bringing up topics such as racism. The biggest key one I would like to talk about today is the fishmen. It was said that the fishmen did live up in the sea. They did live in the islands, but I'm assuming that the humans forced them to go back into the sea. Now, One Piece has always been, happy go lucky, but in reality, racism is huge in this world. For example, we have the Tontadas that were enslaved by the Don Quixote Don Flamingo people. We have the fishmen that are forced to live in the depths of the ocean, even though a lot of majority of them don't even want to live there. And then we have the minks that clearly just isolated themselves from society, where to the point that their island doesn't even remain in one place. And then we could also bring up the topic of Wano, which has isolated its barriers, isolated its country from the world government due to the reason unknowns. But it really brings up what the One Piece could really be. My theory is that the One Piece is the bringing of all races together. Hence the name One Piece. I know it might sound a little corny, but listen out, guys. Now, in order for Sanji's dream, the All Blue, I believe that the Straw Hats have to destroy the Red Line. If they don't, then I don't think the All Blue would exist. Now, the thing that I see about this is the ancient weapons, they have a big part in the story. It's almost confirmed in the last chapter that they have something to do with the One Piece. They're at least related to the One Piece at some point. But it makes a lot of sense. Now, one of the things that I'm pretty interested in is the Pluton. Now, the Pluton is a warship, and for many years, the world government couldn't locate the original Pluton. Now, the blueprints were held by Tom, but Tom was killed, and then Frankie pretty much destroyed it. But it is said that Pluton is able to destroy completely demolished islands. Now, could it be that Pluton a could be a big part of finding the One Piece, or at least what the One Piece entails? Roger laughed at the tale. He laughed. He called the last island Laugh Tale. It could be that it was a story of tragedy, but Roger just took it as, uh, you know how Luffy is. Luffy, he doesn't take things too negatively. He laughs at things. It could be a tragedy, but at the end, it was a funny story somehow. Of course, he talks about Joy Boy and his ventures and how he's had fun throughout the world, but at the end, Roger knows he can't do anything about it since his time was limited. Could be the reason why Roger was interested in the ancient weapons. Another key point that I gotta bring out is the way that Luffy's crew and Roger's crew are almost similar into a point. Now, how would I say that? It's very diverse. The crews are very diverse, and I don't think we've seen much diversity in crews except for like Whitebeard and Big Mom, where they have people from all different races. But Luffy and Roger are very similar in the fact that they don't care about the character's appearance at all. They go by judgment by only character and your beliefs, which could be a big, big, big foreshadowing, a big, big similarity of what Joy Boy was back then. And it could be the reason why Roger decided to let the new era find it. Now, what brings me up to the One Piece? So what the One Piece entails? Now, the One Piece world is separate in, like I said, north, east, west, south, blue. They're all they're all different pieces. So I believe that with the Pluton and destroying the Red Line, bringing all these seas together, bringing everyone together, it will be one piece. The world won't be divided into pieces. We won't have barriers. We won't have prejudice. We won't have any of that. Of course, that's hard in any world, even in our world today. But it's possible to at least bring more attention to it and to at least have a period where peace is finally there, where people could join two forces together without judging by the color of their skin, beliefs, or religion. And that's what I feel like the One Piece is. It's an idea, it's an ideology to bring the world together. And it could make sense of the 100-year void. The kingdom, the ancient kingdom, the D clan members, as you can see, they aren't blood related. The D clan members are not blood related because one, we have a D member that's a giant, and Luffy, Law, Ace, Marshall D. Teach, they're not all related. So it could be that back in the Void Century, it was an ancient kingdom full of all different races, where where people from afar saw it as a way to manipulate them. Now, what the world government probably did is that the 20 kingdoms that formed the world government saw the amount of potential that the ancient kingdom had. They saw the amount of diversity that ancient kingdom had, and therefore that caused them to have a certain type of jealousy. And it could be the reason why they all formed the world government. Another key point that I want to bring up is the way the world government covers up a lot of history. They covered up almost 800 years of history. What went on in those 800 years? The story does not tell us. But it's quite frankly has to do with the destruction of the ancient kingdom, where they even hence put people that are ancestors of the ancient kingdom with the D initial. Now, I'm not going to get into what the D means, but I believe the D means demon, or the enemy, God's natural enemy. Celestial dragons are considered the gods of the world in One Piece. So to one point, the celestial dragons, or the 20 kings that formed the world government, saw this as a chance to destroy such a kingdom and have power for all of them. Now, what brings me to that topic? Slavery is huge in One Piece. Slavery is huge. Although the world government has banned it, the Celestial Dragons do use a lot of slave work. And I believe that it could be a possible explanation of why the slaves that the Celestial Dragons have, to the most part, aren't human, or at least are poor, defenseless humans. And it makes sense. It makes sense. For example, we had Fisher Tiger in the story, who was a fisherman that helped free the slaves from Mary Joelle. But a lot of those slaves, you'll find out to see that they don't have much going on with them. They don't have money. They're poor. and it brings the corruption of the world. I believe that the ancient kingdom was a kingdom of equality, where no matter where you come from, what you believe, if you believed in freedom, then hence join the kingdom. They had, and it makes sense. They had all types of diversity, and people with all different types of skills. And when you combine people with all different type of cultures, knowledges, and you bring them all together, it creates a beautiful thing. But I believe that's what Joy Boy wanted. That's what Joy Boy said. Joy Boy's probably even, for example, the poneglyph that's in Fishman Island. Joy Boy even apologizes to them, telling them that he's sorry he couldn't bring them up to the island, up to the sea to see the dawn. The dawn has been used a lot lately in the past arcs, and in my personal opinion, I believe the dawn is exactly what I theorize about the One Piece. It's bringing all the people together. Now, I don't know if the One Piece is, something tangible, but I believe it might well be. But in the end of the day, I still believe that the One Piece is exactly what I said. The destruction of the Red Line, bringing all the seas together, destroying all the barriers that has caused such isolationism, and having a world where everyone and anyone could live together happy. And I believe Luffy entitles that. And I believe he will be the one to start the movement. Now, that's been my theory for today. Just a quick theory for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I've been seeing a lot of support lately, and it makes me happy. It motivates me to do more videos. I hope you guys like this one. I'm out. Peace.